Okay, how to use it and how to actually, I'm gonna show you how to use it when you're measuring. Okay, remember, we're talking about, over here, feet and inches. And now we're using scales. And let's say there's a given line. Let's say that's a line of a wall, and you need to find out how long is that wall on a given scale. Okay, on the full scale, what would you do? And you have done this more than likely, right? You always start from 0, all right? And then you go and find out the distance of this line, which in this case, hard for me to see because I have the camera right in front of me. So it's, let's say, I'm gonna put it right there. So that's, because I mean, it looks off, but is the angle that I have it on. But trust me, that's where it ends. So in this case, if I tell you, okay, measure this line and measure it with a full scale, well, you're gonna tell me that it's what? I know it's right here. I know it's 3 inches, so I know it's on full scale. It's 3 inches, and then I need to know what's the distance of this fraction. And in this case, it's on the smallest one. Let me see. I can't see from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Eighth, yeah. So it's on this one, right? So I know it's not on the 8th ones. It's on the smallest one. So I know it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sixteenths. 1 16, 2 16, 3 16, 4 16, 5 16, right? So the line is 3 inches and 5 16ths of an inch, right? I'm using the full scale. So on the full scale, I'm not gonna go past a foot unless I measure way longer, have a bigger scale where I move it back and forth, or I use a measuring tape. Then I'll get into feet and inches. But now I need to measure this same line using, let's say, the half scale. Okay, and this is what you do. Please pay attention. You always start from 0. Always start from 0. Whatever scale it is, you always start from 0. Don't start from here. No, you always start from 0. So I'm gonna start measuring the line from 0. So I'm gonna put it right where 0 is. All right. Now it's easy to use the scale, right? So make sure you understand. It's easy. Here's my line. I need to know how many feet first. Okay. So now I know I'm gonna use the top numbers. Why? Because they're going up in increments. 2, 4, 6. These are going 10, 9, 8. So I don't want those. I want the top ones, the bottom ones. I'm sorry, or the smaller ones in this case. The ones on, well, you see it this way, the ones a little lower. You see it the other way, you see it like this. Depends how you want to measure. Then they're the ones on top. Actually, let me use this one. Okay, it's the angle. It's hard to see. Let me use it. I'm gonna flip it. It's the same thing, just for viewing purposes of the camera. So I'm gonna put it on 0. I need to know how many feet. Okay, so I'm gonna put here. For half-inch scale, let's find the measurement. So I'm gonna get the feet first. Okay, this is 1, this is 2, right? This is 4, so that means that's 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. Now, just by looking at it, I know that the length of this line ends between 6 and 7. Okay, here we just got lucky that it's 7 for both scales, but don't get confused. So it's between 6 and 7, all right? So I know it's 6, it's not 7 because you didn't get to 7, so it didn't get to 7 feet. It's 6 feet and something, right? 6 and something. So I know it's already 6 feet because it didn't get all the way to 7. Okay, so now how do I know the inches? This is the beauty. Don't do this. I'm going to show you what not to do. Some students do this. They mark where 6 is at, and then they come and measure like this. You don't have to. That's a bad practice. What do? You put it where it was, right? And now, since you know it's already 6, you know it's 6 feet. All you have to do is slide it and align the other end with 6, which you know it's 6 feet, right? So you just shift, and now you know it's 6 feet, and now you go to this end, and you measure from 0 that way. You always start from 0. Feet, you start from 0. Inches, you start from 0. But one you're going to measure to one side, the other one you're going to measure to the other side. So in this case, I know it's 6 feet. Now I need to know the inches. The inches, it's a little past the 6-inch mark, okay, which is in the middle. So I don't have to start counting from the beginning. I can use those marks visually. So I know it's a little bit past the 6-inch. It doesn't get to 7. And again, for you it's hard to see. It's in between 7 and 6. So that means it's going to be 6 feet, 6.5 inches. Again, you start from 0. Look for feet. It's between 6 and 7. I know it's 6 feet. I'm going to write it down, and I'm going to shift it. Align now my scale on the right side with 6. And now starting from 0, I'm going to measure the inches. I don't have to go one by one. I already know that with half scale, the increments are going by halves. So I just start, look for the middle, that's 6. It's in between 6 and 7, so that's 6.5. 6 feet, 6.5 inches. Let's measure with a quarter scale now. Same line with a quarter scale. I'm going to start, again, you always start from 0. That's 0 right here. I'm going to measure, I'm using these numbers here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This is 14, so this is 13, right there. Now I know it got to 13, it passed 13, but it didn't get to 14. So I know it by now, or just by looking at this, that my quarter-inch scale is gonna be 13 something. Why? Because it didn't get to 14. So it stopped at 13 feet and it went a little bit past, so it's 13 feet and something inches. So, but I know for sure that is 13 feet. So what do? Why 13 feet? Because this is 12, 13 right there, 14. My line ends a little bit further to the right of 13, so it's 13 and something. What do? I just shift it. So now that 13, it's aligned with this side of the line, and I go on this side and count the inches. Now on the quarter scale, I know that each line equals an inch. So it actually kind of hits on the third line there. So it's going to be 13 feet and 3 inches. Yes. Let's do 1/8. One more. Okay. So 1/8. I'm going to go this way. And again, I have it like this. You might use it like this, which it maybe will be easier for you. But here it's hard to, the angle is hard to get it from with the camera, and for me to see, because from where I'm standing I can't, or viewing I can't see it. So that's why I'm doing it like this. But same concept. So again, I always start from 0. Now let's do the 1/8 now. So I'm going to start from 0. Okay, and I'm gonna look how many feet. I'm going to look at the numbers. These numbers, the larger numbers are going down, so I know those are not it. I'm going to look for the numbers that go up from 0. So I have a 4, a 8, a 12, so I know I'm using these numbers here. Okay, if this is 4 and this is 0, I know that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to use all of them to get my feet. So I'm going to put it at 0. I'm going to go over here. And I'm in 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And ends up right here between 26 and 27. Or 24, 25, 26, 27. My line ends between 26 and 27. So just by that, I know it's 26 feet and something. What do? I shift it so that the end of this line now it's with 26. And I come over here and get my inches. My inches fall kind of right in the middle, which is, if from 0 to here is 12, right in the middle it's 6, because the increments go by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. So 26 feet and 6 inches. And that's how you read it. See, same line. On a full scale, it's 3 and 5/16 of an inch. On a half scale, it's 6 and 6.5. On a quarter scale is 13 and 3, the 13 feet and 3 inches. On an eighth, it's 26 feet and 6 inches. Now notice how it gets up getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, the scale is becoming smaller, so each line is getting more value. Okay, hopefully you guys understand how to read it. If it's not clear yet, go on YouTube, Google it, read the book, of course, and in class we'll go over it again. So this video should help you to have a very ground understanding of how to read the scale. Or this, I don't know how many videos I did, 3 or 4. So hopefully it helps you. Well, I know you're smart, so it will. All right, so see you in class.